Chapter 4, Part 2. They did talk about it later, when Bertie was supposed to be in bed. He wasn't, though. He heard them arguing. He was outside the sitting room door, watching, listening. His father was pacing up and down. "He'll grow up, you know," he was saying. "You can't keep a grown lion, you know that. And you know we can't just throw him to the hyenas," replied his mother. "He needs us, and maybe we need him. He'll be someone for Bertie to play with for a while." And then she added sadly, "After all, it's not as if he's going to have any brothers and sisters, is it?" At this, Bertie's father went over to her and kissed her gently on the forehead. It was the only time Bertie had ever seen him kiss her. "All right then," he said, "you can keep your lion." So the White Lion cub came to live amongst them in the farmhouse. He slept at the end of Bertie's bed. Wherever Bertie went, the Lion cub went too, even to the bathroom, where he would watch Bertie have his bath and lick his legs dry afterwards. They were never apart. It was Bertie who saw to the feeding, milk 4 times a day from one of his father's bottles, until later on when the Lion cub leapt from a soup bowl. There was meat whenever he wanted it, and as he grew fast, he wanted more and more of it. For the first time in his life, Bertie was totally happy. The Lion cub was all the brothers and sisters he could ever want, all the friends he could ever need. The two of them would sit side by side on the sofa, out on the veranda, and watch the great red sun go down over Africa. And Bertie would read him Peter and the Wolf. And at the end, he would always promise him that he would never let him go off to the zoo and live behind bars like the wolf in the story. The Lion cub would look up at Bertie with his trusting amber eyes. "Why don't you give him a name?" his mother asked one day. "Because he doesn't need one," replied Bertie. "He's a lion, not a person. Lions don't need names." Bertie's mother was always wonderfully patient with the lion, no matter how much mess he made, how many cushions he pounced on and ripped apart, no matter how much crockery he smashed. None of it seemed to upset her. And strangely, she was hardly ever ill these days. There was a spring to her step, and her laughter pealed around the house. His father was less happy about it. "Lions," he'd mutter on, "should not live in houses. You should keep them outside in the compound." But they never did. For both mother and son, the lion had brought new life to their days, life and laughter. Really looking forward to find out what happens in chapter 5.